I watched the whole hour and a half episode of her and Charlize Theron.
Oh, did you?
And I'm mostly on 2x speed because I could not stand it. I could not take it. Charlize Theron must have said authentic about 400 times.
Really? Charlize Theron?
Yeah.
See,
I hated Alex Cooper way more than Charlize, mainly because I love Charlize Theron. I think she's gorgeous.
I've always liked Charlize Theron, too. I thought that...
Don't watch it, then.
Well, she had some really weird comments last week about the Bezos wedding, which I thought was, why is she so upset about the Bezos wedding?
Yeah, why would she even comment on it?
Yeah, I mean, it went way beyond, just that it was an over-the-top thing. It was just about rich people. And
she is 100% Hollywood elite, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So she is totally in that bubble, and it really showed in the interview. But Alex Cooper was way worse, in my opinion. And a lot of it is talking about trauma and fighting through things and therapy. So much of this is about therapy.
This is such a grift. I mean, okay.
It's the same thing every time, though.
Alex Cooper was raised by a very wealthy family. She looked like she had a deliriously good childhood. I think every little bump to her is something that requires therapy because I think everyone kisses her ass. Or therapy. Therapy, as Diddy calls it.
Well, would you like to see some? Here's a clip where they show, basically, they're the same person. This is how she opened the show.
Okay, in doing research for this interview, I realized we have a couple things in common, and maybe we'll find out more today. But
what do you think it is? What do you think they have that's so in common?
They were bullied.
Brandon, do you have a guess? It's even dumber.
No, I don't know. I was going to say
red hair.
Find out more today. But one of them being, we're notoriously known for saying the word fuck.
Yes.
Really?
What?
Okay.
Did you know they were notorious for saying the word
I didn't
fuck?
know. I really didn't know that.
So, of course, Charlize has to go overboard with how big of a fan she is of Alex Cooper and call her daddy.
Really?
Yes. She does it repeatedly. Now...
Well, this is something that I've noticed that female podcasters, when they have guests on who are friends or friendly to them, they go wild with oh, I love you. No, I love you. No, I love you. Yeah. No, I love you. And
you can't just be a guest.
Yeah, I mean, I guess maybe they don't realize how uncomfortable it is for the viewer. It doesn't add any content at all.
No.
I mean, I don't really... She's got a zillion views, so for her to take advice from me is ridiculous. She's doing fine, but... I'm just saying, I noticed this with, oh God, who's doing the podcast from SNL that's so big right now?
Dana Carvey and...
No, the female. From, the blonde from SNL. Parks and Rec.
Amy Poehler.
Amy Poehler,
yes, yeah. Yes, sorry.
That is a ovary washing, clit washing. I mean,
God,
it's brutal. And honestly, I saw tons of comments saying that, oh God, if you could just knock off this. Because people like her. I like her. I think she's great. Mm-hmm. I mean, she had a phenomenal career, but and she's probably going to do extremely well whether she changes anything or not. Alex Cooper, I don't know. Will Alex Cooper ride this till she's...
Yes.
She probably will.
Well, I mean, she's got so much money now, and she's got a whole brand off of it, all that Unwell stuff.
Yeah, that'll make her a billionaire soon.
I mean, when you watch the video behind her, just, bottles of Unwell. I don't know what's in the bottle. I don't know if honestly, I have no idea. Is it juice? Is it water? Is it booze? No idea, because it's never said.
You know what's amazing? This is just people this age, because we were the exact opposite. We were led to believe that the best thing to do is not to sell out all the time. You reach a point where you go, well, God Almighty, of course, we're going to make money doing this. You have to make money sometimes. You have to do things. You have to make sacrifices. But it seems like in the new world, there's no end. You just sell out everything.
One of the biggest music stars of my generation, his whole thing was about not selling out. Kurt Cobain.
Oh, right? Neil Young.
Yeah, it was all the worst thing you could be called is a sellout.
Yeah, everybody felt that way, and then people would sell out. A lot of times they would do commercials with their music in Japan or somewhere, so we wouldn't even know about it. But now it's like, Angel Reese, I have 28 brand deals.
Servicing none of them appropriately.
Alex Cooper has a $120 million deal with Spotify. Why does she need to sell whatever's in that bottle?
I don't know. Brandon, will you look it up and see what is in Unwell or what else they sell? Because I don't even know. They also talk about, because Charlize Theron's wearing basically a jogging suit. And Alex Cooper's like, that's what I would wear every day. I'm like, oh, God. You just wear sweats all the time? I don't know. Oh, there it is. It's Unwell. It's hydration with benefits, so it's water.
Yeah, you can
What
get it
a
in mango,
grift that
citrus,
is, man.
orange hibiscus, or strawberry.
Her audience will buy it.
It's Gatorade.
They'll buy the shit out of it.
Rebottled
it's prime.
Gatorade.
It's prime.
Yeah.
Well, that's what
Nailed it. It is prime.
Logan Paul.
Yeah, prime.
Logan Paul and that sugar drink.
Yeah.
Prime.
I mean,
Same
just
thing.
loaded with sugar. They just sold the shit out of that. Kids were lined up to buy it.
Oh, God.
Because these people are like they're like cult leaders now, these young, giant platform people.
Yeah.
And watching her live show is so weird. Seeing these girls screaming, I got my first STD here. I mean, everything she says, the crowd goes absolutely nuts. And every person in the crowd is a female. There's not one male at that show.
The other annoying thing about watching this whole interview is you're talking about two multimillionaires.
Oh, yeah. No,
And
absolutely.
They spend half the episode. And Charlize kind of gets it. Like, she understands people don't want to hear her kind of whine about stuff. And she had some pretty legit trauma when she was a teenager. Do you know her background? Do you know that story about her mom? Mom shot and killed her dad.
Yeah, and it was horrible.
In front of her after her dad had shot at her and her mom. It's like real trauma. And interestingly,
Good thing everybody's armed.
Huh?
Good thing everybody's armed.
South Africa, baby.
Yeah,
It's like the U.S.
No, it's horrible.
No, but she is like kind of understood. Like, you know, it's this,
well, she has
this
real
is
trauma.
Yeah,
She has real trauma. She has every right to speak about it if she wants to.
No, but she tries to equate her trauma with Alex.
That's what I loved about hearing about your story.
Yeah.
It's just so rare to talk to somebody in this kind of environment. I've never had that where your story really moved me, and I was actually excited to sit down with you.
Thank you.
Because sometimes I feel like, you feel so kind of alone in sharing a story like that. Yours is obviously different, but to
Yeah.
have trauma at that young age.
Yeah,
And
the difference in the trauma is you saw your mom shoot your dad to death,
And her soccer coach hit on her.
asked if she fucked last night.
you experience was really painful to listen to and to hear your family talk about.
How could Alex Cooper not say, wait a second,
Exactly.
wait a second, this is not even close?
And before that, she did, she was like, I'm reading up about you. We don't have to really get into it, but she wanted to clearly ask a question about, her going to therapy over, seeing her mom shoot her dad. Shirley goes, well, the first time I went to therapy was after I broke up with a guy. It wasn't even about that. And then she talks about like, well, it wasn't really an option then. Like, I don't think she really wants to talk about therapy.
Gotta go into therapy.
I just don't think that's what. But then Charlize kind of goes, I thought, off the deep end here about how men are pretty much bad, and she doesn't need a man. And actually,
for her.
being a single mother to two adopted black children, one who's transitioned, is way easier without a man.
Do you know how fucking great it is to live exactly how I want to live, to experience?
Because you're a narcissist.
Wait, don't your kids maybe need some male influence? Would that be a good thing?
No,
Maybe?
especially when that's becoming
Possibly.
one.
Is there any?
I'm just saying.
Is there any way in the world some male influence might be good?
No,
maybe.
No,
I
it's-
guess not.
It's clear nobody. Charlize Theron does not want anybody to tell her what to do about anything.
How I want to live, to experience motherhood exactly how I wanted to experience it.
Yeah, fuck the
I
kids.
love that I don't have to share them with somebody. I love that I
Selfish.
don't
Fuck
have to
their
run
needs.
every fucking thing by a guy. I love that I don't. Well, oh my God, co-parent. I
Wait, pause for a second.
fucking.
Yes.
She doesn't want to run every fucking thing by a
No,
guy.
no.
Some asshole who won't know shit, who I'll be right every time and he won't be.
Yeah, I don't want to be in a partnership with anybody raising two children. Now, I guarantee you she probably has nannies.
Oh,
yeah.
But they have to,
Definitely.
but she's paying them, and they have to do exactly what she says. And that's funny. It's funny you said that about her kids. And she's like, and maybe that, and then she understands that maybe that's not the right thing. But she goes, but that's their story to tell later. I'm like, oh, that's nice.
Wow.
I think you're in control now.
Okay.
A lot of people don't have the money and the choices that Charlize has. So it's kind of a slap in the face to people that maybe do want to be in a relationship that are raising two single kids, raising kids as a single mom.
That's what she just said is pretty bodacious.
I kinda thought so, too.
Is there any clap back on this? I really don't give a shit. I don't want to start something. I'm not trying to suggest that.
no,
But,
I haven't seen it.
but I mean, if a male adopted two kids said, "Oh my God, I don't want a female to have to run shit
Tell me
by,"
what to do.
people would go ballistic.
But it's okay.
What a misogynist!
Let's say this. Let's say it's not a man. Let's say she wanted gotten a lesbian relationship. The fact that you don't want to run anything by somebody else is really
It's kind of a dictatorship, if you ask me, for somebody who complains about dictatorships.
Maybe you're not always right about everything too.
Well, yeah, of course.
I don't know.
A guy. I love that I don't have to, well, oh my God, co-parent. I fucking love that I don't have to do any of that stuff.
Something tells
and
me
my
you wouldn't
children,
anyway.
we joke. Listen, I think you can tell, this is how I raise my kids.
Yeah.
Right? We don't hide this shit. They're like, oh my God, Mom, I can't go to Sarah's house because her father. And I was like, oh my God, aren't you guys so happy we don't have to deal with that? And they're like, oh my God, Mom.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Great not having a dad.
That's amazing.
Gee, I wonder if those kids might have a thing about men when they grow up.
Isn't it great not having to run something by a guy? Now, the irony in it all is that she still loves dick, right? I mean, she still needs
Yeah, just
dick.
not perma-dick.
I do not miss love. I might miss sex.
Fair. That's fair. You're like,
But
my vibrator is only doing so much.
Yeah, no, look, the vibrator is good, and I'm having the kind of sex I never had in my 20s or in my
Nice.
30s.
Love.
Yes, and so that part has been really exciting.
And probably anal.
Okay, how do we feel about sex on the first date?
Slut.
Well, so what do you consider a date?
Oh,
What do you consider a date? Boy, it sounds like the justifying machine's getting fired up here.
Hey, little Miss Slut.
What do you consider a date? It's the first time you go out with somebody.
Consider a date?
are you going on dates?
Yeah, but I feel like when you there's certain
Don't want a cock, I
circumstances
just
where
go get
you
one.
meet somebody.
Because I'm Charlize Theron.
Yeah.
I'm hot as hell,
So,
even
yeah,
at
you wanna
age
fuck
50.
me?
Yeah. It's so hard for you. They do dive into the fact that she's on dating sites like Tinder and whatnot.
Charlize Theron is on dating sites.
Yes. And then she proceeds to go on and rag all the guys that are on there. And I'm like, but you're on there. But she acts like she would never go on a date on Tinder. Like she does it as a joke. But yeah, you can tell she knows all these guys that are on there.
Coming across a bit cunty to me.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's a good thing. If you watch this interview, those two would consider that a good thing to come across.
Okay. Well, they can
When
do
you
that.
there's certain circumstances where you meet somebody at a party and you have sex and then that's it. That's what it is. You're not thinking you're going to marry this person.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Are you
Cool.
down for a one night stand?
Yes. I don't have many of them. I'm sitting here sounding like I do. So when I do, I'm like, oh, fuck yeah, I should have done this in my 20s. I was
Nice.
married from the time that I was having sex to the time that I had my last relationship. Then I had children. Who has fucking time for dates and shaving and waxing and makeup? And I've got 2 children that have to go to school. Then I gotta, this shit's on a time. We got
No nannies?
I was just going to say
Really?
that. And by the way, they're teenagers now. I mean, they can get themselves ready pretty much.
Do you really want your kids seeing this when you're talking about banging guys, picking up guys at parties and fucking them?
Well, you missed the part earlier where she talks about how she's very open with her kids.
Oh, I see.
Doesn't watch her mouth around them at all. It's like, okay, well, all right. They're going to be two
It's
pretty,
just a free-for-all.
pretty entitled children. You're
Sounds
gonna-
it sounds like there's an id running that household.
Oh, big time. And
Probably 2 growing ids as well.
And now she's got to get ready to a bunch of swinging dicks that are going to come flying at her now that they know that she's up for one night
I got 2
stands.
children that have to go to school. Then I gotta, this shit's on a time. Do you need me to send you a call time?
I'm obsessed.
And it's this, you got 2 hours. What's happening? Because I need to know. I've probably had 3 one-night stands in my entire life.
You're right.
Oh, sure.
But I did just recently fuck a 26-year-old, and it was really fucking amazing.
All right.
Fuck yes.
Yes, and I've never done that.
Retap?
And I was like, oh, this is great. Okay.
This show is, look at that still of Alex. This show is so stupid.
It's interesting. This sounds stupid, but if a guy said, I just had a one-night stand with a 26-year-old,
Sure.
40, what's she, 50?
Yeah, she's 50, Charlie.
I know people would judge that, but they shouldn't.
No, of course
But
not.
they would. But for her, they'll probably go, oh my God, that's so cool.
Oh, like woman power?
Yeah. But that's okay. But they should, it should be that way for everybody.
I am more than okay with Charlize Theron going out and having one night stands.
Pretty hot.
I kind of agree. Now the other one, I just can't.
Because then that
understand.
person gets to, I mean, for the rest of their life, they've got microfiche. They go, yeah, nailed Charlize Theron. What?
You know,
They've
that's
got that
funny.
story.
I didn't save that part, but that's kind of what Alex Coooper was saying afterwards. And Charlie's like, no, I doubt it. I'm like, oh, you're wrong.
No, she's
Like,
she's giving them a great story for the rest of their lives.
That guy's telling
That's
everybody who
what
will
she's doing.
listen that he nailed her. Every time she comes across the screen, oh my God, I banged her.
Yeah, no one's going to believe it, though.
No, that'll be a problem.
Who's going to believe it?
Hope he's got a picture or something.
Every guy that's 26 right now is probably trying to claim that it's them. They also go through this whole thing about how I thought this was kind of weird, but in a way good. Charlize talks about, this guy that basically sexually assaulted her when she was going on a casting call. And she tells the whole story about going there Saturday night.
Wait, Alex or Charlize?
Charlize. Did I say Alex? I'm sorry.
I think you did.
Charlize, one of her first casting calls, she had to go to this director's house on a Saturday night in her agency's center, and she felt a little off by it.
That's pretty stupid.
But she was like, I didn't know.
It's not her fault, but
she's like, I had no idea. And so this guy sexually assaulted her, and she goes, I know for a fact that he is worried that I'm going to name him someday. And she said she loves having that power over him to
Why don't you
this
just
day.
name him.
Well, yeah, but at the same time,
He has to worry about it.
he has to worry. Like, that's what she said. She prefers that, him like having to worry about whether or not I name him.
But what if he does it to somebody else?
Sure, maybe.
She could have prevented it from happening again.
It sounded like most people knew who it was, just not public. So people in the industry knew who it was, but not publicly.
This is why.
But in a way, I'm glad that she's just not out there saying, Tarantino sexually assaulted me or whatever.
This is what drives me crazy, though, about when Hollywood tries to act like, yeah, we've got this new thing. It's called Me Too. Believe all women, because you won't believe what happens to women. They act like this is some universal thing. What happens in Hollywood? There's some really crazy, insane shit going on out there. It's not how the rest of us normally live.
No, I know.
It's very
I know.
unusual.
Yep.
So to project something in Hollywood as if it's a problem everywhere else, I think just gets ridiculous, because I cannot believe the shit. First of all, I can't believe how bad some of these people want what they want, that they're willing to do anything, put up with anything, and there are people who are willing to make them put up with anything to get what they want, which is really fucked up.
Oh, yeah?
But it's not how normal people live. It's just not.
No, not at all. And
But not that it doesn't happen. Of course it happens.
I don't know. I'd rather put up with that than having to watch her show again. That hour and a half of Color Daddy was awful.
Oh, boy. Is that the last clip?
I'd rather be sexually assaulted. What? No, I'm just
okay.
kidding, by the way. It was just, that's how painful that hour and a half was. Yeah, that's it. That's really all I wanted to pull, because most of it was just
Authenticity?
Yeah.
just bullshit.
Whew. Wow. And of course, that's the promos are going, yeah, I fucked a 26-year-old guy.
Yeah, that's the story that's gotten pulled out.
I'm sure Charlize is going to be delighted that that's the promo.
Well, in a way, it's better than her not needing a man or wanting a man around.
Yeah, that would have been the second choice, I suppose.
I don't know. Alex Coooper, I'm like, why wouldn't you want to dive into this whole thing about her dad, getting killed by her mom? I thought that was kind of interesting. But maybe she doesn't. Maybe Charlize doesn't want to talk about it.
Well, it seemed like
She talked about her mom nonstop and how proud she is of her mom. And her mom was a single mom, and that's why she's a single mom. And her dad was an alcoholic. She must have said that about 300 times. So I felt like she did want to talk about it, but there's really no follow-up.
Sometimes, not that Charlize, I mean, her mother shot her father.
Yeah.
Who apparently was going to shoot her, or did he shoot at them?
He shot at them, from what I read, yeah.